Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching True Blood, Season 1, Episode 12.
You'll be the death of me.
Sookie Stackhouse.
Yep. Basically.
I do remember loving this.
Yeah.
It's wild how much of setting up Season 2, Season 1 does. And I think that does the show wonders.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, we're already, like, I want to just go watch the next episode.
We might do it.
I remember now, I'm like, because it as we've said a few times, the show is inconsistent. But at this point, I'm remembering all the things I liked about Season 2.
Yeah.
And so we have Marianne fully in play.
Yep.
And I forgot that they were not, they weren't subtle.
They didn't tease it out. She's vibrating in the backyard.
Uh-huh. And she's being real shifty.
Yeah.
She has the most beautiful house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. And Tara is staying with her. Tara looks beautiful.
Yep.
We meet Eggs, played by Makad Brooks. He is so good looking.
Yeah. And just the best introduction, just like casually playing an acoustic guitar on the couch in the living room of this exquisite house.
In this like Grecian, like
right next to literal tables full of the best fruit.
So I obviously remember what Marianne is.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her deal is.
I don't remember either. Like,
I don't remember what she wants.
What she's trying to accomplish.
And I didn't even remember her connections until you filled in a few blanks before we sat down. And I was almost kind of mad. I was like, because I had just completely forgotten.
Well, we find out in this episode that she knows Sam somehow because she's like, what did you think I wasn't going to find you? So she and Sam have some kind of history.
You silly dog.
Yeah.
So good.
She does call him a silly dog.
It's so, I just love, I love when these actors can deliver these like clunkers of lines like they're spun silk.
Yeah.
Like,
it's amazing.
I feel like I'm going real hard on the writing team. I think it's fine. I think it's not, this is an objectively silly show.
It's campy and it's silly.
This
but
is
it's
silly.
Like, it's similar to other shows that we've watched where it's like certain people are just better at the lines at like, cause like Once Upon a Time, which we talked about before, it's like there are like 3 actors on the show Once Upon a Time that at no point are the lines reading them.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them all kind of get dragged a little.
And Kristen Bauer is in that.
She is.
She does that. I don't think you watched when she was like she had like a full season.
You showed me some of it, but I've never
She's weirdly dressed like a 40s gangster for some reason. I don't
remember that. I do remember that. But she plays Maleficent, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. She does a good job. Yeah, she doesn't get chewed up and swallowed by the material, but I think she shines more here. So, is there anything else that we need to say about Marianne or Eggs?
Not currently.
He and Tara, his name is Benedict.
Yeah.
So Eggs Benedict.
Yep.
He and Tara got their proper meet cute.
Yep.
I'm so happy for Tara in this moment.
In this moment.
In this very moment.
But it's like you can kind of already see the cracks because whenever she's talking to Sam after she's like been with Marianne, it's just like wall-to-wall aphorisms that don't mean actually anything. And she just is taking what Marianne is feeding her like gospel and is just sort of like, well, Marianne says this and Marianne says that.
It's working for her again in the moment, but she's talking about like all the good things that are to come. And it's like, But it's right, like what Sookie says to her, where Sookie's like, you look like someone turned the light on inside you.
Skin,
like under your just Halloween imagery. We do have the conclusion to the season, and it is Renee.
/ Drew.
I guess where I get the most hung up, it's a good reveal. It's a good reveal, and it plays out well because they pretty much do just confirm immediately when this episode starts that it is him.
Yeah.
But he's still where I'm confused is I don't get what his plan, like what his game is, like what he's actually attempting to accomplish.
He's
does he not have?
Well, I don't know that. I think once he killed his sister, he sort of was like, I'm on a holy quest. And he just kept doing it.
Well, then I don't know. I guess I don't understand why he's cultivated a life here. And like.
So that probably so he won't arouse suspicion.
Yeah, but it's like he gets the cat and mouse game he's playing with Sookie. I'm like, if you're trying to kill her, then just kill her. Why are you pretending that you're not going to for so long?
Because he has to get her away.
Yeah, but I mean, they're
from people.
But even in the house, he's still sort of. It's I don't know. There's a slight disconnect for me, and I think it's because it's meant to be a reveal.
Yeah.
I think if he were actually just a serial killer, he would just be stalking around.
Sure.
I don't think he would be getting to know because the implication is that he like cuts the line in her car, and then waits for her to leave, and then is like, I'll take you, and I don't know.
In Jason's truck.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, like it as the episode plays. Yeah. It's exciting.
I think it's one of those things you just kind of can't pull that thread. But there could be an implication that he killed his sister and then he just disappeared because he didn't want to get caught for it, and he came here and made a life, and then the vampires kept happening around him and he couldn't take it.
Yeah, but once you've killed Gran, it's like you've lost control of whatever it is you're doing.
I'm not arguing that.
So
we actually do see that in this episode, that when he kills Gran and he's like, you weren't supposed to be here, where's Sookie? And he just like, and he also does this thing where he like shakes his head a lot, like he's crazy. And there's
something about it that just really doesn't 100% come together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like I said, because it's so entertaining as it's happening, I'm content to let it go. Mm-hmm. But deep down, it's never fully made sense to me. Like it's never fully.
I get that.
I think I would have preferred if he hadn't killed his sister, if this is where he snapped first.
Sure.
Or if it was more diabolical, if it was more methodical, more Dexter-like.
Sure.
Because it's sort of like, I mean, because the way he attacks her in the bar 2 nights ago, it's like, that's so secretive. He's not playing the game with her there.
Right.
But here, I don't know. It's very, and you're right. Maybe the head shaking thing, maybe it was something Michael Raymond-James was doing to kind of blend.
And because at one point when he's chasing her through the cemetery, he's like, I can feel you in my head, which is something that no one else ever says, which leads me to believe that he's got something different in his brain.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we don't need to spend a ton more time on it because I feel like I'm sending mixed messages because I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
And further, I think what I enjoy the most about it is Sookie. I love how actually competent and capable she is of like protecting herself, of like living her. She has a code, she has morals, she has ethics, because she doesn't even swear. She's not even swearing in this one.
Almost, but not.
Son of a mother fudge, you know?
She has sworn in the past, but it's like, it's a rare thing.
And she doesn't like the blaspheming and all that. And so it's like, I really like her integrity. I like her. But I also like that she's open-minded because it's like, because she does have a little bit of a judgmental streak, not compared to the rest of the characters, but you know, it's like, I just appreciate that she doesn't fall to absolute damsel in distress pieces.
Yeah.
And because she was ready to kill him. Like she shot.
She was going to shoot him in his
stomach. He was like, you're not going to do that. And she was like, click.
Stay away.
You're not going to shoot me. Whoops.
God damn it!
And then runs away. Very smart. All of it's super smart. The dumbest thing she does is when he is like deliberately thinking, well, I must have lost her in the woods. I'll go. She waits 5 seconds before she pops her head out of the grave. Like, although it seemed like he already knew she was there because he was right at the edge of it.
But yeah, probably. But again, I mean, she doesn't do the thing where she like hits him in the head. Is like,
yeah, no, she runs away immediately.
Well, no, with the shovel. she then decapitates him with the shovel. That's amazing. And it's so funny because I literally mentioned this movie last night, and it's not a movie that comes up a lot. But I remember watching Freeway on HBO when I was in like junior or senior year of high school. And I remember it's Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland and Brooke Shields.
Oh.
I remember there's the scene where she's got, it's spoilers for Freeway. It's Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
She's Red Riding Hood. He's the big bad wolf. And she's got him against the ropes. And he's kind of like doing the like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, blah, 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 and you've gotten through to me and I'll change. And something about like, I think he invokes God or something. And she's like, cool, because you're about to meet him. And I remember being like, because I'm just so used to like the simpering Judy Greer and Halloween, like, I can't do it. Which again, I know that she does. And I loved that. I loved that element with Sookie. And we lose it a little bit. I don't exactly remember when, so because so I know the first.
It's immediate. No, you're right. It's like there's the really schmoopy season 2 opener, but then when they're in Dallas and stuff, like a lot of good stuff happen, and she maintains her like badassery.
She really does,
up and down on like a roller coaster type of way. But yeah, I just was like,
because I know I do remember it's the next episode. There's a line that was the time of death. It was like,
God damn you, Bill Compton.
I think even as it happened, it sent a shockwave through the room, and we were like, whew,
yeah,
you had a good run.
I remember watching it because I think we were at Ann's.
Were we?
I think we were watching.
We were somewhere.
Ann's. We were at one of our apartments because we all lived in the same complex at the time, and we just were like, we were watching it, and I remember being like, ugh.
I think I was in denial too. I was like, no, we can still land this plane.
It's fine. But it's
not that bad.
In my opinion, it is the time of death for the Sookie Bill relationship. The minute you say first and last name, I'm out.
Okay, I'm on your side, but not as like you are like death to all of them, like unforgivable.
It's horrible. And that's the thing that like annoys me the most is that it happens in everything. Whenever there is a love declaration,
it's supposed to like elicit sincerity.
No.
Like it's supposed to be like,
it doesn't. I need writers to take a note.
Or like severe like sincerity. Like it's like I really mean this. Call you by your Christian name.
Not just your Christian. If it was just your Christian name, that would be fine. It is first and last name, and sometimes they throw a fucking middle in there, and I can't abide it. It's horrible, horrible.
So, we also get what I think is a slightly reoccurring bit, which is hi, Sookie.
Oh,
isn't she? Well,
this is like the second time she's been on pills.
Yeah, isn't she drugged occasionally? And it's very funny because she just completely outs Sam.
She's like, he turned into a dog
in front of Tara and Lafayette.
They don't believe her.
No. And because I even like that she refuses his blood. I'd have taken a little.
Yeah.
A little bit one. So Eric has given Jessica back to Bill. Because
there are favors and then there are favors. And Pam just says she is very annoying. And she is.
There's something about when a person in such a position of power and badassery takes the high ground.
Yeah.
Because Pam could have like just thrown down a bunch of swear words and stuff or some like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But to be like, she's very annoying.
I love that.
There's like a dignity to.
Because also I feel like to go far enough for Pam to say that and then like give back an entire person is a very telling moment.
It's the thing we talk about a lot of times where it's like when people will cuss each other out left and right.
Yeah.
But it's like, have you ever told somebody that they're a bad person?
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Oh God. Yeah.
So I do like that. You're right. We had the conversation about Pam's aesthetic, and I can't believe that I was that thrown by her uniform.
Yeah.
That I thought her Fantasia clothes was the real Pam. Because you're right, she is so waspy.
It's also not even really Eric's style.
No.
What he wears at the club, because he's wearing like a graphic tee in this episode.
I was gonna say Eric's very t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah,
I like that in a man. Oh, he spoke Swedish in this.
A little, yeah.
It's so good. It does not happen enough.
No. Not even with Godric. They don't even really speak.
I don't remember that. Or I don't remember if they do.
Oh, I was like, you don't remember Godric?
I remember Godric.
Oh my God.
But, I don't know what to say about Arlene. It's good. It's all very good. Carrie Preston is doing work.
I love it.
Uh-huh.
Because I think on a lesser show with lesser inspiration, lesser writers, and a lesser actress, she would have been mad at Sookie for killing him. And there is not one whisper of that.
But it's like, sure, yes, because she's mad at him. Yeah. She's betrayed by him.
And she's like, I can't believe I let him around my kids. I'm so sorry he did this to you. I had no idea.
So I think it would have been like, I don't think she would have been mad at Sookie, but I think it would have been like, I understand, but I just can't be around you.
Or that.
Because she comes in and like brandishes this bouquet of flowers.
So pretty too. It's such a good one. She sprung extra for extra at the Walmart.
She's so like embarrassed and indebted and
she's crying. I mean, she is sad about having lost Renee because Jason comes in and opens his big fat mouth and she has to leave. They were engaged. She was building a life with him. You know, you can't just immediately.
So is that what was happening with the meet cute with Terry, where he was like, just because someone's gone doesn't mean.
Partially that, but they're also talking about Lafayette. Who has disappeared at the end of the episode?
Because it's like, not that Renee needs to be remembered fondly, but it's like he tricked. Because Sookie says it. He tricked everyone. You can't beat yourself up too much over that.
100%. Yeah. And it's super gross the way that the way that Arlene finds out is that Kobe and Lisa are watching the Maudette Pickens vampire sex tape.
It's like it's the Maudette one too, which I mean, I know that they used that one because they already had it filmed, but it's like they knew Maudette. Like,
yeah, they did. The kids knew Maudette, and so Arlene.
And there were plenty of tapes in there.
So many, and Arlene,
so it implies he's been doing this. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna pull at it.
Yeah. But Arlene comes in and is like, what the hell are you watching? And then like, where'd you find it? And she finds the tape that says like Cajun dialect for actors.
It couldn't be more conspicuous.
Yeah. Well, it was like, inside his toolbox. What is Arlene?
I know, but it's like it almost was like for hidden serial killers or something.
Sure. Because that was another thing that when Renee is driving Sookie home, she notes that his inner thoughts don't have an accent like he does, and it's just sort of.
She notes it, but she doesn't. She's not as freaked out by it as I feel like she.
No, she's like a little suspicious, but she just.
Well, no, I think she thinks it's like amusing. She's kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, although, like, I mean, they make it. First of all, it's fantasy. And second of all, they make enough of they gray her powers enough.
Yeah.
By being like, she's so frequently trying not to do it, and it's different for different people, and yada yada. So they lampshade. There you go. Yeah. They lampshade it enough that it works, but.
Jason gets approached by the Fellowship of the Sun, and we get, I think his name is Michael McMillan as Steve Newland.
I made a comment. I was like, I want to watch it, but I was like, man, I don't know if I can watch this next season because just all of the language.
It's real triggery.
Like, yeah. Especially in this climate.
Religiously LGBT.
But
triggery.
Even, and the racial stuff.
Yeah,
like it's
super racial.
So many words that now, like at the time, I didn't think much of it in 2008 or 2009. And now I'm like,
But then there was this political election in 2016. It really did a number on all of us. I'm trying to think one more thing. Sam is in a real snit. He also has like hundreds of thousands of dollars in a safe in his office.
We said that Marianne, we said that she knows him.
Yeah, she knows him. He like, he
didn't really pull through like for Sookie, which is to be expected.
Yeah, he finds out that Renee took her because he recognizes Renee's scent on his construction, like vest or whatever, and he like deuces out the back door.
I also this is a weird thing to bring up, but I do kind of appreciate the show's relationship to the sex and the nudity of it all, because he's just naked through the whole climax.
Yeah.
And there's not like, they don't make jokes about it or they don't make a point, because it's like he's just nude carrying a corpse bill.
Yeah.
Like It's kind of funny, but it's also I don't know. I think it's interesting, and that's always something that stuck in my craw with shapeshifters is when they would shift back into clothes, and I was like,
how is that? The dog should be wearing clothes then. Yeah, because you're correct about her not being a damsel, because while she is knocked out, kind of, it's like she could have come around in time anyway, but I think she kind of came around because
she's knocked out because he like knocks her out. It's not because she's paralyzed by womanly fear.
And she does get help from Sam because Sam, as a dog, launches himself at Renee and like chomps on him. And then she ends up waking up and hitting him with a shovel and then decapitating him. But yeah, I don't know. I agree. I like it. She's really good right now.
I meant to say this literally the first thing we said, episode 1. And then I was like, well, I can bring it up next time. And I never did. But I think this is probably God tier opening credits.
When you came in, the air went out. And every shadow filled up with doubt.
Oh, yeah.
It sets such a perfect tone. The song is so good.
His name is Jace something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
because
really,
I think you
really
kind of forgot a little bit about it, because when it started, I was like, this is the main attraction. And you were like, I mean, yeah, it's good. And then by like the 5th or 6th one, you're like, this is really good.
So like, I think my favorite part about it is the first line of the song, because it's so evocative, because he says, when you came in, the air went out. And I don't know. It's like, it's romantic. It's sexy. It's like, and it's exactly what happens.
It's also even dangerous.
And it's a little dangerous, but it's like, it's exactly what happens when Bill walks into Merlotte's for the first time. Like, it's like Sookie
and every shadow filled up with doubt. And
Chills.
It's so good. And the imagery, the like grittiness / sexiness / disgustingness of the different conflicting and it's so trashy and so swampy. I don't know. I really, really love it. I think the show has a great relationship with music. Because his
name is Jace Everett.
Mm-hmm. They even played that, and now I can't think of it, but they played a song in this episode when Renee gets to her house.
Mm.
He like even like spins the fan that he hung her dead cat from.
Yeah.
It's like he's doing things with such purpose. I feel there's something to be desired for me that I'm having a very hard time.
I get that for sure. If I'm remembering correctly,
maybe it's even scarier that way. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the villains are not always fully baked on this show. I think that's part of the issue.
The reveal is the most successful point
for sure.
or part of it than the actual logistics behind it. But is there anybody else we mentioned? Oh, well, Lafayette.
He gets attacked in the parking lot of Merlotte's.
By something. It's implied that it's Bill. I don't think I fell for that when it happened.
It is implied because he comes back at the end and it says, I fed.
I just don't think Bill would.
No. Not on one of Sookie's friends.
Yeah, no. Oh, and he also wouldn't kill the person.
Right.
He would.
Yeah.
But, and then it's further implied that he's dead in Andy's car. And
Lafayette,
you remembered. I did not.
Yeah.
But you remembered what that reveal is.
Yeah.
And Andy's still, but Sookie takes, I don't know if pity is the word, but
I mean, it's a little pity. He's like trying to get drunk at the bar. He's like, I'm a failure. I like blah. And I just don't remember why he was so hard up to put Jason away for murder.
It would make more sense if they were like
there was not enough proof.
It would make more sense if they were peers or they had some weird history where he was like jealous of Jason.
Right,
but he's
but Jason's
like 20
so much
years
younger,
older.
And I like the thing for me that unequivocally proves it couldn't be Jason is Adele. He would never kill his grandmother, and so it's like that because all of the murders are basically related. It doesn't really make. Although Adele was stabbed. And the rest were... But that's the thing, too. Even if you assume he killed all the rest of them, why would he kill his grandmother? And Andy really harps on him.
Well, they said because it was meant to be Sookie, but... And so it's like, so he waited third to kill his sister?
Yeah, I don't know. It's that kind of thing doesn't make sense at all, for sure. The Andy just going after Jason so hard. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, and I don't remember if we ever get like an answer for that.
Well, the moral for me was Sookie, he's like, I'm sure you're loving this, that, you know, I'm so wrong and embarrassed. And she's like, no, I don't. Yeah. That's not, you're a fundamental misunderstanding
of who I am
many
as a person.
Things. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's good. Like I said, properly established for season 2. There is a hog.
Yep. And Marianne is vibrating in front of it. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, like and subscribe, and thanks, and you're welcome, and we'll see you later.
Bye.